I forgot to put in, and this is the second splice. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only. A lot of it is my psychic impression, so it's entertainment only. If people want to subscribe, in the lower corner are my red boots, so just click that to subscribe. Please share, give the thumbs up, comment upon if you would like a reading. Shoot me an email, and I usually get back to everybody within 24 hours. And upon the suggestion of some other creators, I do have a tip jar there. So I use Venmo, and which is part of PayPal. So please do your own research. This is for entertainment purposes only, and enjoy the video. Hi, everybody. Yeah, it's February 16th, 2023. Yeah, it's a great gloomy day outside, so who knows where this is going to lead. Yeah, a lot of stuff's been going on, and I've been contacted some people who are, let's put it this way, they're in the EU, and they've been asking about some stuff. And because my mom's heritage, I do end up talking to a lot of people in certain Eastern European countries, or almost Eastern European countries, depending on how you want to look at it. And yeah, I think the United States does need to take a serious look at how Hungary has dealt with their border situation. I mean, like almost 10 years ago, they put up their fence, a wall. And now all the EU countries are now thanking Hungary for what they did to stop the border crossers. So, yeah, the United States really needs to, Biden needs to follow Orban's example of really locking down the border. And the idiots that have crossed really need to be scrutinized or dumped back at their original port of entry onto the continents here. I mean, Central America. I mean, how are they getting over here? Freighters? Where are they docking? Take them back to those docks that they get off at. Something else somebody brought up to me, and yeah, we need to follow. This is going to go to all those people that have the yellow and blue flag on their social media that they're supporting this country. Well, in addition, this country with a guy that doesn't even, I don't think he owns a suit. Okay, forgot. Yeah. I'll slide it in. I'll reshoot and slide it in at the beginning. Yeah, the people that keep putting up the yellow and blue flag, you realize that that country, that guy who walks around in sweatshirts and sweaters and never wearing a suit, even when he met the King of England, okay, he's already outlawed the Orthodox Church and has confiscated the property and bank accounts. Now, currently what he's just done is all education, all schools can only be taught in one language, Ukrainian. So anyone who is there who's where Ukrainian is their second language, they no longer will have classes being taught in their first language. So he's standardized the language, so everyone is going to be forced day in and day out to speak Ukrainian. Well, I can kind of agree with that, because I know that here in the States, our common language is American English. So I can understand in the grade school to teach the kids, hey, you have to learn this language. Well, parents, you got to also. When I was overseas, yeah, I had to pick up other languages. I did. And it still rattles guys in the grocery stores, because I'll be there in the summer and I have a sweater on that. My shoulders are bare. these Mafemuchs are going to call me all sorts of filthy names. Well, hey, I'll turn around and fire back at them in their own freaking language. Last thing they want is an American woman calling them out on their nonsense. And yeah, it's kind of like this nonsense going over with that country. It's basically, it's a war of attrition to see how long they can drag it out for. And I know they're dragging it out right now. They're trying to escalate, so they get Americans to go, oh, we got to go in and rescue and save this. I go, no. That would kick off World War III. I mean, it's a war of attrition. We got to stick it out till we can't send stuff over there. And Putin is dragging it out till people wake up and smell the coffee. And especially, they need to take a look at what's going on over on the west coast of the Pacific Ocean, or the east coast, depending on where you're looking at it on the map. The western side of the Pacific Ocean, you see Japan is going out and making sure that they've got everything locked and loaded on their territorial islands around Taiwan. Because is China going to pull retaliation for what Japan did during the 1930s and 40s? So stuff is going to be hitting big time over there. And we need to take the lead of what Japan is doing, and for really getting our military sources back into shape and protect our own territory and stop sending money and goods and supplies to Ukraine, which is just, I think that guy in the sweatshirt, green sweater, whatever you want to call him, is, I think he's an Adolf wannabe. And that's what I keep getting. It's like something keeps, this is what I'm constantly picking up. We've got to follow Japan's example in this case and stand up against China and what they're doing. A couple, of course, I have to hit on Henry and Rachel. Well, I think they kind of, misery loves company, and we all know that Ellen D is known for being kind of a not nice person. I mean, she pretends, oh, let's happy dance and all this and all that nonsense. Well, we all know that she's not very nice. And basically, she's not a nice person and pretty miserable. Well, the birthday party for her partner, of course, they drag somebody else in who doesn't have the greatest reputation in the land of fruits and nuts to officiate. Well, hey, people, you can go online, and for about $100, you can become a licensed officiate, so you can perform weddings and civil unions wherever you want in the United States. And I have a feeling that's what this person has done. And since she's such a good little momager, of course, Rachel needs to fill in the blanks of her family. So it doesn't surprise me that she's going after and trying to infiltrate the family that's known for their reality shows. I mean, is the next person she's going to approach Ryan Seacrest? I mean, okay, so she's making a play for her sugar daddy, but the kids and grandkids of the sugar daddy she's chasing, he's had a long-term mistress, and she's played by the rules. His wife played by the rules. Unfortunately, Rachel never really, even though she knew a lot, surface stuff about the royal family, she didn't pay attention to the actual rules of marriage combat. I mean, yes, and I know a lot of people who still are in that situation where they, a marriage is a business arrangement. And you support each other it's a business arrangement. And some people do have the air and the spare. But once the business arrangement is set in stone and things are happening and businesses and properties are being purchased, quite often one or both of the partners in this business marriage end up going back to the person who they have the unconditional situation with. Best friend with benefits. It's an unconditional love situation, and that's how people need to live. And that's what they have. You've got a business arrangement marriage, and once everything's locked and loaded with that, everything's going well, then yeah, you can return and keep your friendship with benefits on the quiet, and the person involved in that does keep quiet and doesn't talk and basically doesn't make a scene. Unfortunately, Rachel doesn't know how to keep her mouth quiet on things that she needs to be quiet on. And with the court case, it's the stuff that she said and made allusions to that's been televised. I think that's going to be bringing her down. That the fact that she did admit in the one court case that she helped out with the writing of, it'll come out, it's coming back to haunt her. It's coming back to haunt her, and she's kind of flipping out about it. So it's going to happen. I have a feeling sooner or later there will be somebody who's going to leak out of the United States Passport Department, because the little girl child was supposedly born here in the United States. And they are going to have to present documents and the child itself to go get its U.S. passport. The other child is been quite a while, so they are going to have to produce the child with photo evidence to say, hey, this is the same kid. Because when the kid came over to North America, it was not even a year old. And children do change between 6 months and now 3 going on 4. I mean, you could definitely say it's not the same kid. So yeah, they've got that going on. He is going to have to go back. Passport reasons, that's what they're going to use. He's going to be tight surveillance, and somebody else brought up something to me, and I'm like, yeah, one person is saying he's going to have to abdicate, and I'm like, no, it's going to be a regency. He is not going to pull an Edward VIII and leave the throne. It'll be a regency instead. Okay, folks? So chill. Yeah, you're seeing he's no longer king, but a regency is a whole different situation from an abdication. Do your homework. Do your homework, folks. I don't know. It's just kind of like, I'm getting a lot of crazy thoughts, and it keeps bouncing back to the Eastern Europe stuff. I mean, anyone who watched the live stream. Yeah, Jody and I talked afterwards, and she said, I was nearly going to pull it when I started seeing your face. What the images that I was receiving on Saturday, it was like worse than the images it was worse than the initial images of Bergen-Belsen and Dachau and Mauthausen. I mean, what's going on in Ukraine is just, I admit it is just It's a totally scary thought, what's actually he's doing. And people that are standing up against him are getting it's not pretty. I can't go into. If I say any more detail, this will probably get yanked, and I don't want it yanked. So I want everybody to have a good day. Don't worry. The coronation, yeah, it's people have questions. You check with the Earl Marshal, the Duke of Norfolk. He's the guy who's pulling the strings on that, not Buckingham Palace or Court of St. James, depending on who you want to talk to on which day. Yes, I'm not surprised if someone does come out and leak that Henry and Rachel have been measured for the peerage robes, and it's a coronet that they put on. So that's what's going to be worn by her as a coronet, not and she's not, because of a track record, she's not going to be allowed to borrow anything from the family. Whatever she wears will have to be borrowed from a major name jeweler, and then it will be, she'll get to wear it for the period of time that she's on camera. Then as soon as the pictures are over and done with, the security guards are going to take the items, put them back in the bag, and return them to the vault that they came out of. And that's what's happening. And any pieces that she did accidentally get out of England, Spencer family is going to ask for them to be returned, because all of Diana's stuff was taken back to the Spencers for safekeeping till the appropriate time for it to be redistributed. And I have a feeling that Earl Spencer and Sarah and Jane, Lady Sarah, Lady Jane, they got bad vibes. So, of course, since they are the executors, along with the attorneys for Diana, they were very careful as to what was being loaned out and insist on it being returned promptly. Okay, it's the 16th. It's kind of one of these days where it's cold, gray, and it's icy rain. So people stay safe. Have a good one. I'll see. Today's Thursday, so I'll see you Saturday morning, and I'm going to shoot out. I'll probably do a live stream on not this Saturday, but the next Saturday. And let me know down in the comments if it's noon Central Standard Time or 3 p.m. would be better for you. Okay, talk later. Bye-bye.